What's up, everybody? My name is Tyler Silva, and welcome to another episode of The Rundown with Silva. And today, my guest is a good friend of mine. You may have seen him perform with bands like We Might Be Wasted and Death Ride. Give it up for my man, Downey. Creepy Down, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Dude, what's up, man?
Not much.
Dude, cheers. Fucking A. It's been too long.
I know. I haven't seen you in several months. And
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've had a beer together in several months. Since I think before the pandemic.
Dude,
I don't think I've
yeah.
ran into you since.
I ran into you a couple times at Yucca, just like when I stopped in for a beer and the show, like the stage was just blocked off with barricades and stuff. And like we said, what's up, just checked in on each other real quick, but we haven't had like fun together in a while. At least not like we used to.
No. Back when me and I lived at Summer's place and you came over all the time after work and with Kevin and stuff. We had a lot of good fun there.
A lot
of
good fun.
tequila.
Oh man, too much tequila. I remember just passing out on that floor so much and like waking up at 6 a.m. and walking to that Burger King for Whoppers. Like, dude,
That Burger King is probably the worst Burger King, I think, in all of the state, if not the world. It is horrible.
I almost disagree because there's one off of Thunderbird not too far from here that I order on Uber Eats all the time and they never follow my instructions. Like, I pay extra for cheese. I put like no tomato on that bitch and like they give me nothing I ask for every fucking time.
I just ordered chicken sandwiches plain, and it's hard for them to fuck that up, but sometimes they still do, which surprises me. It just surprises me that you can't not cook a fried chicken all the way through.
Especially when it's pre-fried. You know they're just microwaving that bitch.
They don't
you
have
know?
to do shit.
Yeah. You want some pot?
I mean, I'm not going to say no. I get to be like fucking Gandalf over here.
Fuck yeah, you're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, my.
So what's new, man? Like, what have you been up to? I know it's been a fucking really weird, like, last year for a lot of us, but, you know, things are starting to come back.
So, I mean, the band hasn't really been doing anything. I don't know when the plan is for us to really get back together and do anything. I know some of the guys have been doing other stuff. Like Chris is doing stuff with TV Tragedy, which is good. But I don't know what the plan is as far as us playing music again goes, unfortunately. But anything that's really new in my life is, I mean, I got engaged to
Congratulations,
my lady
buddy.
Amanda, and
she's
pretty
over
awesome.
here.
Yeah,
Hello.
she's pretty rad. Which is the first thing for me. I've never been married before, so
Yeah?
gonna try it once and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Probably not going to go very well. I mean, she's an idiot for trying to even do this with me. I don't know why she'd even try, but. But we're going to do that up at Punk Rock Bowling. The
dude.
first night we get up there.
Really?
And then we're going to have basically our honeymoon be like the festival.
Dude, that's so fucking sick, and that's in September. So that's next month, or excuse
Yeah,
me.
the 24th.
Yeah, the 24th.
Yeah, I got a room for like 5 days, I think, at the Nugget. So she's never been up to it before, so we should have a good time.
Oh, you never been to Vegas?
No, she's been to Vegas. She's just never been to Punk Rock Bowling.
Oh, neither have I.
Really?
Yeah, dude, neither have I. It's fucking devastating that I've never gone. And I was thinking about going this year too, but I have a lot of fucking trips that I have to like put in the works right now. Like one of my best friends is getting married, so his bachelor party is at the end of August, and
Where's that going to be?
in Vegas.
Oh.
So
Yeah, you're going to have a great time. How many days are you going up there for?
I am hoping they're gonna be there like Friday through Monday. I am probably gonna dip out Sunday just so I don't have to take off too much work, like another day of work. And like not only that, I think after 2 days, at least me personally, like 2 days in Vegas, like that's solid. I've done it all by then usually.
Oh, yeah. So whenever I go up there, I always go up for like basically the whole festival and I come back Tuesday. So I get up there Thursday, and after like 2 days, and the festival hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
I'm already fucking feeling the pain. Can I borrow that lighter real quick?
Yeah,
Open this
absolutely.
damn
Here you
beer
go, buddy.
But yeah, so you get the first couple days in, and you always overdo it. It's like you
easy
always
to do,
it.
man.
Plus, you're running into people you only see once a year, which is pretty cool. Like I got friends like that come down from Minnesota every year. A couple guys from Denver. Sometimes my buddies from Portland come down. The Unstable Youth guys that moved up there.
Oh, nice.
They come down sometimes because because Monks is in Rubber Rebellion now, and so they sometimes all come down together and play like a side show with some people down there. And they've never been like on a club show or anything like that. I don't know why. They're pretty fucking good, but
The club shows also look ridiculous. Like it seems like there's
really not my kind of style this year. I was kind of disappointed, really.
I didn't see too much of like, I think I maybe saw one club show that caught my eye, but I can't even remember what it was. I feel there's a lot of just posters coming out now for everything.
Yeah, so like I'm not a real big pop punk person. I mean, I like some of that stuff. So like the Strung Out and like Suicide Machine show really didn't turn me on. But I mean, I'm gonna definitely do the Slackers because I fucking love the shit out
Slackers
of
are
them,
fucking
and that show
awesome.
looks awesome with Scatolites with them as well. I've seen them both play before at Punk Rock Bowling, so that would be fun. But I'm really excited to see the Bronx twice. One as Mariachi El Bronx and the other as them at the fucking main stage. It's gonna be so much fun.
Dude, and Franks and Deans just announced that big tour with the Horror Pops. Like, shout out to Meatbag for sure, but like fucking A, that's I'm just really happy to see people starting to come back and stuff like that. It's exciting. Red City, I'm a big Red City Radio guy because
Yeah, I like those guys a lot. They're really
dude,
good.
and Derek Envy from fucking True Rivals is playing bass with them now. So like the fact that they're going to be down here in November, I'm really stoked about that one. That one excites me. I've never seen Red City Radio live, so I can't wait for that one. That one's
Isn't Less Than Jake's coming too, right?
yeah. Is that
Right?
what they're?
They're playing at the Rebel, right? And I think. Right?
Is it Less Than Jake?
Or is that no? That's the Lagwagon tour. I think is that like Lagwagon's playing there.
Will you look at? Will you go to
think
Red City
it's one
Radio's
of those two.
Instagram, Justin, and see what that poster is, or Derek Envy's, one of them. But I know that poster's on there somewhere.
Yeah, I get there's so many shows that are coming out recently. I just lost track of all of them, so I might have been confusing a couple. But I know that it's either I know Lagwagon's doing something, and which I'm not really a big fan of them, but I'll go if they're in town. I
Yeah.
guess. So it'll be fun. But mainly just to see people.
I'm really excited for the Rancid Dropkick show too coming in.
Yeah, I got to take her to that.
That's gonna be fun. We'll see you there for sure. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, she's a big fan of Dropkick. I am not. I I like a couple of their songs, but like I saw them live at what was it? The It's Not Dead Fest thing. The first time they did that in San Diego, and I had to admit like some of the songs I never heard before were the most generic songs
must be-
ever written.
It must be tough to like keep
And then
up.
they had like the words scrolling across a big screen, and I was like, "This is so cheesy."
When they did the last tour with Rancid, it was really sick because it was like one after the other, and then they all came out and did like a big like collaboration set, and that was super fucking dope.
Well, so I had never seen this is Descendants live until that point. I never seen Bad Religion live, and I really wasn't a big fans of them really in general. I do like their music, just it's not something I listen to every day. But after because I the Descendants, I thought, oh, they're just gonna play a bunch of all this stuff I don't like. But they played like every old song that I actually enjoyed, and they put on a hell of a show for being 50-something years old, man.
I think one of the one show that I was like disappointed by like the most, which was crazy. This was like sometimes you like come to the like steps in your life when you're maturing out of music and stuff. But I went and saw The Offspring, and I was like, I could not see this again, you know. And I saw No Effects open up for him too. I think at the Marquee.
So I've never seen The Offspring live, and I had the chance.
They're not bad.
I had the opportunity almost to see them once, and it was down at remember that the Taco Fest and show they did in Tucson. Like, this was like maybe 3 years ago. It was over Cinco de Mayo weekend or somewhere around there.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So the Vandals were playing, and a couple other bands, but there was this really shitty radio band was playing, and I can't remember. They do that song, the "You Make Me Completely Miserable," that garbage fucking song. Who fucking does that shit?
I have no. Ring any bells for you, Justin?
Nope.
Did you ever find that tour poster too?
No, but I'm looking at fucking taco shit right now.
Yeah,
Taco shit. No, but I'm looking at
But
Taco
the
Bell.
Vandals played that, and then like I got VIP tickets for it. They were super cheap. They're like $70, and it was totally worth it because it was 1,000,000,000 degrees because it was outside on an open field, a racetrack, the horse track down there or something like that.
Oh.
And it was 1,000,000,000 degrees out. So like the only place that was covered was the VIP section.
Saboroso.
Yeah, Sabroso.
Sabroso.
Yeah,
With
it had the
the-
Offspring. Yeah, so I think that was from a different. That's probably from a different year. Because
Ooh,
Pennywise,
Pennywise.
I think
this
that's
was
it.
2018.
Yeah,
2018,
So
okay.
we didn't get Me First in the Gimme Gimmes and Against Me. We got.
I'm like, what a solid lineup.
We got Offspring, Pennywise, the Vandals. Oh, and Lit. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Band.
Lit.
Okay.
Can we forget?
Yeah, that. Okay, so they played that shitty song. They played that "You Make Me Come."
I've never heard any
oh
other
my God,
song by
so
Lit.
bad. So I have. I think it was the second song they played, and I heard it, and I was like, oh wait a minute. I'm like, I know this song. So I go over there, and I'm like, all right, I officially like one Lit song, and they were playing a Tom Petty song as a cover.
Really?
And they did a pretty good job with it. I think it was American Girl, and like I was like, you know what? I like one Lit song, and it's not even theirs. And I walked away. I didn't listen to the songs.
I liked that.
if anyone doesn't know that, I'm a big Tom Petty fan. Like he's my favorite musician. So
Man, I liked Pennywise's cover of California Dreamin'. I thought that was pretty cool. It was pretty nasty.
what is that? The California Dreamin'? That's
Yeah.
who does that song?
All the leaves are
Yeah.
brown. And the sky is gray.
And the
Mamas and the
sky is
Papas?
gray. Yeah, Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah,
that's-
Pennywise did a cover of that. I thought it was
kinda
pretty
cool.
sick. Yeah, it's very thrash.
You ever listen to the Unseens version of Paint It Black?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it starts out really cool, but I don't like the way they do the end because he like doubles up the lyric. I don't know. You'd have to listen to it for the guests to understand. I just don't like the way it ends, but it's pretty cool because they just yell fucking "Paint It Black" through the fucking song, and
That's pretty
I don't know,
dope. It's pretty punk
Well,
rock.
if you like the Unseen, if you like street rock, so
Fuck yeah. So what else, man? Like, so you don't know when you're gonna get back into music?
no, I don't. I have no idea. I know fucking Frank from Killing Sundays wanted me to come back and play bass for them, but I think they're doing fine now, and then they don't need a shitty bass player to play their music.
But you're
No,
a
I
great
like-
front man.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That's what I've been told. That's the one thing I actually have confidence in, like as far as like my musical ability, and I can write songs okay, I guess. But I miss doing that because like when I get up on the stage, it's like people that know me, like I'm reserved to a certain extent, and I kind of have my own opinion about things. But when I get up on stage, it doesn't really fucking matter what my opinion is. I just get up there and perform, and anything going on in my life, I forget about. And it's pretty much, the sets are like 30 minutes, maybe tops, if they're that long. And I get to just be myself. Yeah, I like it.
I love it
But
too.
It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, it's been good to
And
be.
I give it 100%, whether there's 0 people in the crowd or a billion.
Oh, of course, and I see it too. Like it's been,
Sometimes the fun shows are the ones that there's not that many people.
dude. The last few shows that we've played, I got to play with Squared twice now, and we got to play in Lake Havasu, and we got to play Yucca. One after the other, weekend wise, and it was for TV Tragedies releases. They released once in Lake Havasu and once at Yucca, and it was super fucking fun. It was so fun. I was really impressed with the Lake Havasu come out. I've never been up there.
Suppose I've never been there either, but suppose they have a great crowd up there.
Dude, ridiculous. Caught me so off guard because you're driving through this place. Once you get in, first of all, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, it feels like. You know, you're driving for 4 hours, you're like, or whatever it is, but it takes forever to get up there. You get up there, and as you're driving through, you're like, man, this is like a cool little place. Like, I'm pretty sure this is where you come to retire, though. Like, nice houses, like boats,
Well, yeah,
living on the
you
water.
ever watched Falling Down? That's for the Robert
like-
Duvall was going to retire.
Yeah, it's fucking. So, I was really caught off guard when we show up. Dope fucking stage. Very impressed with the stage. Sound is good. I really am liking my sound on stage too. Like that's like two of the things I love the most. First of all, you have an awesome stage, good lights, and then second of all, I can hear exactly what I want to hear out of my monitor. So I'm feeling fucking pretty hype. And we put on a really dope show. They are fucking aggressive out there. The crowd was fighting. Like there was fucking people getting their head. Dude, I don't know if it was because 125 degrees up there or some shit. It was hot as fuck up there, bro.
So I would assume that it would be kind of similar. Like you played in Yuma before, right? With
I haven't.
all those kids down there. Dude, those
No,
guys are
man.
fucking awesome. So I love all the Yuma boys. They're all like, what are they called? The ugly. What are they called? Oh fuck, I can't remember what the name of their fucking crew is down there. Anyway, they're the one. They literally like all of the punk bands are just these handful of guys that they just all share each other, and then their crowds and like where they go is like we usually are having to like kind of force out racist bikers and shit, and then they take over the spot, and then they eventually get like moved out by like the punk rockers, and it's like super fun down there because you never know what's gonna happen.
Never know
who's gonna get into a fight, like what's gonna happen in the parking lot behind Mavericks. Like that was some of the wildest shit I've ever seen happen out there too. Like people, it's in such the worst part of Yuma too. And like it's behind, and it's like this dirt lot behind there. You're not allowed to park back there, so the cops are always coming through. So you kind of have to like move your car every so often. It's when it gets to a certain point in time. I think they stopped doing that because the people behind there don't do there anymore. Anyway, so the shows there were always fun because we would always go there with some kind of nightmare whenever we came through, and then when we go to San Diego with them, and then we just come back, and they was always playing at the size of the Palo Verde bar. We would have to move the fucking pool table just like they would and set up in a corner there. And I remember one show, it was on our way to some kind of nightmares, like 10th anniversary show in San Diego, and the night before we played at the Maverick, and there was a one of those pool table lights.
Yeah.
Right, and so there's supposed to be a pool table there, right? And we just move it to the side, but the pool table light stays there. Well, it's not that high off of the fucking ground, right? You know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like you would bunk your head
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
Okay?
You ever play pool and like hit it with your stick and shit?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't move that before the show started, and the first like little mosh pit breaks out, and that thing fucking shatters into a million pieces, and the bar was none too happy about that.
I'm sure, dude. Jesus Christ! Right in just the middle of was it in the middle of like the floor?
Oh yeah, it was in the middle of like where we were, because it's a tiny little. So it's probably like the size of maybe this room, maybe with half of it cut off,
Okay.
and that's about the size of the area we had. That's even this is kind of
Big.
in comparison, because it was one of those small like adobe like huts on the side of the road, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's an old ass building, so it's not even this high of ceiling. I think the ceilings in the thing was only like maybe 8 feet high.
Damn.
So
I know Elliot Diggs has been out to Yuma a few times with,
there's some fun spots out there.
painting. I think he's gone out there a few times with painting fences. They're a little bit more mellow than the music that we do. Aside from that, but it's crazy to like find all these little music scenes in like nowhere. You know what I mean? Like even when I heard like when I linked up with Squared, I'm like, there's a little scene out in fucking Payson.
Yeah.
And like you go out there, fucking play a show in Payson, like, dude, you guys got a little fucking crew out here.
Dude, Cottonwood's awesome. Like the scene up there is great. They used to have like a bunch of metal people. A lot of them moved away by at this point, but yeah, Cottonwood's good. There used to be a really good scene in Flagstaff. I don't know if that is the case anymore.
Well, they got the Yucca Tap North up there now.
Yeah, I haven't been up there yet. I gotta go. 'Cause I miss Casey and Sean. Miss those guys.
I want to go check that shit out.
Yeah,
like,
I've been
for
meaning to go
sure.
up there because Sean offered me a place to stay, and every time like we go to Planet, we always get too fucked up the day before and don't want to drive.
Oh, some of your homies or
Yeah, Sean. You remember Sean is Elwood? He was the Elvis looking motherfucker who
Dude,
was the
yes.
bartender. He's the
Yes,
manager
yes,
down there.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
Him and Casey, who was the old manager, they moved up there to run that.
Oh,
place.
really?
Yeah, and then Ren works up there occasionally.
Oh, very
From Dark
cool.
Arts, yeah.
Very fucking cool. Dude, that's what's up. I'm really happy to see shit just start coming back. It feels good, man. Austin just went to the Yucca last night.
Yeah, there was like it was an outer space showcase. It was like stoner metal. It was
Oh, is that the one that Old Fashioned played?
Old fashioned or I think
actually they dropped off at the last.
Oh,
but,
dang.
My brother-in-law's in a band Hoven Week, and they
Hovenweed, yeah.
dude, yeah, he plays keys. Dude, it was a fun night. It was packed.
that's your brother-in-law. He plays in what is it?
Hoven Week.
Hoven Weep.
Hoven Week.
Hoven Weep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them before. They're pretty good.
I heard that place. Austin was saying that place was
Stoner
fucking
Rock is awesome. So
shoulder to shoulder last night. Is what you were saying.
I imagine it would be. Yeah, it's just the Stoner Rock and like Stoner metal scene here is actually really good.
Dude, it's fun.
Like they have a lot of following. The bands are super good.
I-
Old Fashioned is by far my favorite local Stoner band by far.
Old Fashioned
Those
is
guys are
fucking
awesome.
dope. I've heard those guys a couple
I
times
guess I'm
too.
a little biased because Kyle used to be the drummer for my band. So
What was I gonna ask, dude? Like now that Joe's Grotto's gone, like I kind of wonder where a lot of these metalheads are gonna go.
Joe's Grotto's gone.
But, like-
Whatever will we do?
Well, that's a lot of fucking metalheads. That's a lot of metalheads that love that place.
I fucking hated that place. I can't. I mean, like, there's a handful of things. I mean, I guess hate's a little strong, but I really disliked going there in general. I don't like the way they even ran the place most of the time. I mean, they had really hot bartenders, I guess. I guess that was the draw. Other than that, like everybody there was pretentious as fuck. Their sound was okay if you're on the main stage and another band wasn't playing at the same fucking time.
That
was annoying.
And
as
when I
shit,
heard that
dude.
they did that, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Really?
They're in the
Like,
same room.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's
in
like
the
a wall of
same
sound,
room.
and it's in between the bar, so you can't hear a fucking thing when you're at the bar.
No, not at all.
Like I just dislike that place.
I recently.
Joe can go fuck himself. Yeah, there you go. I don't think anyone likes that guy anyway.
I recently went to 44 Bar. Have you been there yet?
Oh, the one that's on North. It's right up the street, right?
Yeah, it's not too far from here.
Yeah, I played there with Killing Sunday in the middle of the pandemic.
Weird spot. I don't know how I feel about it.
Well,
Like I feel like they were just like, I think we could do music here. I think we could do it. Just build a stage over there.
It's like it was like a sports bar that should have been like that. You know, they wanted to have like a spot for live music, and it's supposed to be like one of those like you'd assume like it'd just be a bunch of cover bands playing. Right?
Of course, yeah. You'd have like an AC/DC cover band.
Surprisingly, their sound system's great on the stage. It sounded wonderful. Like so that was a good thing. But it's I don't like the fact that like the stage is only like this high off the ground, and everyone gets so like because it's fine. Like you might as well just have the ground at that point, but.
Do you know who I think has been like doing pretty well though? I mean, for like a venue that's not so well known, but like Starlight Lounge is starting to come up a little bit, and they're hosting like kind of different acts, but they have a good spot, like for sure. And that's not too far from here either. I went and saw. I actually met this band. What was Izzy Hayes' fucking band's name? Do you remember what it was, Justin?
You talking about Izzy from Rips?
No. Man,
I have no
what the?
fucking idea then.
I can't remember his the fucking band name now. It's gonna drive me insane. But anyways, My New Addiction. Thank you, Jesus Christ. They have a new album coming out sometime this month. He was on the podcast, but I found out about them. They're a little bit more of like a pop fucking like metal band, but they were really fucking good, and they brought the fucking heat for sure, and they brought the crowd. And I was just watching that show because I went to this metal show, and they were the openers or whatever, but they had. Just the setup there was like kind of comfortable. Like, okay, you can be at the bar, you can be on like the floor, or you can play some fucking pool or be on the patio without like being in the way of everything or like being awkward. I just like the way that the layout was like kind of going on. And we played some of Starlight's like really early shows when they first started. But I have hope for them. You know what I mean? Like
I've played there a couple times with when I was with Killing Sunday. It's only. So I haven't played with them. I like the place because the stage is got the drum on the riser like kind of thing, and then because like so you don't have it's so that you're not like overpowered. The sound's pretty damn good, and I think was it Eric or Wood? Is that his name? Wood. His last name's Wood. He does photography. He's the one who does sound there. He's pretty good. And, he's been doing it for a long time. So I like the place a lot. It's a strange kind of layout because you got that weird pillar.
That's true. That is
when you
there.
walk in.
I forget about that.
I was like, they should just remove that, like the little like guiding area. Like, there's really no reason for that to be there.
Yeah,
and that probably make it a little bit easier to get in and out because like you have to when you drag your gear in there like from that door you still have to go around or like lift up like 5 feet.
That's true.
Of gear, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But no, I like that place a lot. Starlight was cool. It's just too far from me, really. But if I lived on this side of town, I'd probably go there a lot.
It's really cool for us to see venues out here, like because we have like the deli. And
the deli, the fuck,
dude. So the deli is like the best place like you might ever play if you get a chance to play.
Actually, a deli?
No, it's a big ass sports bar, like kind of sports dive bar. Would you call it that? Yeah. And they set up bands on the fucking floor there, but the place is always packed. Like it's hard to like.
Is it all like fucking like bullshit cover bands or they actually?
Not really. Like I played there with Mad Dog and FOL before and shit like that. Right. Like
they're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like it's not the like best sounding place you're gonna play, but it's one of the most fun. I will definitely say that. I've had some really, really fucking good times at the deli for sure.
All right, what's the worst sounding place? I know. I'll tell you what my favorite place in Arizona to see a music show is. If you tell me.
So
we'll start with the worst.
I'll think of one that's more relevant, but one that sticks out to me the most that is no longer. Is the Rogue bar. So we played the Rogue with Rundown.
I have no issues with the Rogue in general, but playing a show there fucking sucks.
Yeah, dude. So
the stage was like falling apart, dude.
So me and the Rundown when we were starting, we played the Rogue a handful of times, you know?
Sound there sucks.
Well, the first time we played, we're like, dude, this actually sounds pretty good. Like, this is dope. We played there.
Was Ben the one doing the sound?
I can't remember who.
If it was Ben Barnes from Brolo and Irake and all those guys, like he was like the only one that could figure out that room,
dude. So like we played there like once or twice. The sound was good. The second time, I was so fucked up. I fucked up that show. Like I couldn't even tell you what it sounded like. The last time that we ever played there, so we show up and homeboy comes up and I've never met him before, and he's like, hey, how many mics you guys gonna need? I'm like, well,
75.
Yeah, well, I'm like, I'm gonna need one for myself, one for my bass player because we both sing, and then just both of our amps and the drums, of course, you know? And he's like,
ain't got enough mics for the drums.
Okay, sound guy isn't coming tonight, so we only have 2 vocal mics, and we're like, okay, you know, like
Probably make that work.
what are we gonna fucking do? So we work with it, right? So we start our show.
Was this with Rundown?
Yeah, this is with
You
Rundown.
only need 2 vocal mics for that.
No, I need Elliot's help. I need a lot of help. But so we fucking are playing this, and we finish the first song, and I'm like, how's it going? Going. And so like, I'm like, whoa, there's like a lot of like reverb or delay on my vocals. Homeboy, dead serious from the sound booth is like, I'm like, oh my God, dude, one of those moments, like, I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, at least there wasn't a whole lot of people there. I'm like, well, thank you, Mom, for coming. We really like. It's just that's the one that comes to mind the absolute most.
All right, so yeah, having played at the Rogue, I didn't have their sound was never very good. Like unless I said, unless Ben was there, he was the one who could kind of figure it out. But you weren't gonna hear shit on the stage regardless, because it's the way everything was set up. Plus, they always had the back door fucking open, so all the sound is just going out into the streets.
Yeah.
And so I hated playing on that stage more so than anything, because especially when I had to do Broloff stuff, there's 12 of us getting up
Yeah.
onto that stage.
It's gonna collapse.
And it already like did collapse once. Like,
Yeah.
when it had like the those like weird ass square like late 70s, early 80s style like bricks in it with the light coming through them. It looked like a shitty runway for a bad catwalk.
It's so
It
crazy.
just-
Like, I don't know why that place did so bad. Like, I feel like it could have been great. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fun that I had there, and there's a lot of good shows I've seen there. Like, were they enjoyable? Yeah, for the most part, unless you were, not hearing a damn thing and it was too loud or to tell you that. But that's so like the place I dislike the most would probably be the same if it wasn't for Tempe Tavern, because that place fucking sucks.
I really like Tempe Tavern. I like it. But it's one of those places though. It's one of those places like Rips that's like hit or miss for sound.
Rips is great well, I guess that's it depends who's working stand at Rips, but I like Rips a lot.
I like Rips.
Rips is one of probably my favorite places to go see local music.
I've only played the Rebel once, but I really liked playing it for sure.
Wasted never played the Rebel, but Killing Sunday did. So I guess there's that. But yeah, that was actually, the Rebel was pretty fun.
They gave us a 30 rack in the back. They're like,
Oh yeah, they was just like whatever you want. They just like open the door and just go
Nicest
get some
fucking
beer.
people.
And then like when Steve he's like, hey, we were like, hey, we're out of beer back there. He's like, oh, I'll just go get some more. It wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah.
Who was that? Oh man, who did I see there? Oh, I saw Murphy's Law there.
oh, dope.
And I got to hang out with all the guys in the green room there like that. So,
Really?
yeah, because I knew all the dudes from Tucson, the fucking the hardcore kids, fucking like from Bricktop and all those guys.
Yeah.
So they were all up there, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, like I'll meet them. And then, like, so we go in there, and like they are literally like beers were just they had more than a 30-pack of beer in that fucking fridge. Like, it was like out, like we already gone through that. We were drinking. Because like their big thing is like they give out like a whole bottle of like Jägermeister, and it's not, I'm not talking like the fifth,
Like
I'm talking like
the one from
big
Costco.
motherfucker, yeah. And they're just pouring that like just on like just constantly. And
That sounds so terrible.
So I'm going in there, and like we're doing shots before they do that, and I was like, I gotta work in the morning, I can't keep going. And a friend of mine, she goes up there and drinks like. She just keeps. No one wanted to take any more shots anymore from this guy, right? And she just takes the bottle and just starts dumping it down her, just slamming it, and then she gets kicked out. It's kind of for a second, and then let her back in until she goes and takes the bottle from him again. Oh, I remember the lead singer name of Murphy's Laws, but he was fucking loving it. He's all like, "This bitch is down as fuck. Look at her slam that shit." And I was like, I'm her ride, man. Like, this is not, like, what are you doing, dude? Oh, no.
Yeah, she's with me. Like, damn. Oh, fuck, man. Drinking like that, that just brings.
That reminds me of Pam's house, right? Doing sushi at Pam's.
Oh, dude! Do you know what it really brings me to is when I was doing a band practice with Squared, and this was some time ago now because like Gio doesn't drink anymore. Meatbag was in the band at the time. Rhodey doesn't drink anymore. So
Who doesn't drink anymore?
our Rhodey, Brad.
Who was the other person?
Gio?
What?
Yeah, he doesn't drink anymore.
All right, well,
Alex Gio?
Alex Giordano.
Yeah. You don't drink no
Wow.
more. Yeah, he hasn't drinking.
See, I don't go on. Like I said, I don't go.
Yeah.
I don't look at. I don't
Dude,
even go
yeah.
on social. I don't know anything unless
I mean,
someone
he's-
tells me shit.
Yeah, he just don't drink anymore. We still smoke mad pot,
Yeah.
but I like sober Gio. I'm a huge fan of sober Gio.
You know-
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna. I mean, I never knew what a sober Gio, so I couldn't really say.
He's great.
but I'm sure he's great. I mean, he was great when he was kind of drunk, but
He's
maybe not all the time. But
even better performer.
Jesus Christ, shit. I mean, I was sober for I did a couple of shows sober when I like got out of the hospital and shit, and did I wish I was drinking? Yeah, but I feel like I actually did perform better because I was a little bit more observant of my surroundings.
Yeah.
and then fuck up words to songs or forget shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the last live show that we played, I did sober right before the whole pandemic hit. Right, it was February something, end of February, and it was with Field Day. The Dag Nasty band. Mm-hmm. It's basically Dag Nasty. Fuck, they did a whole Dag Nasty album when they played. But I was talking with one of the guys from that band at the time because I was sober, and he was like, I've been there, did that. I told him like what happened with me and everything. He's like, sometimes the party's got to end, or you got to find a way to kind of balance it out. And so I went sober for 60 days about.
How'd you feel?
Fucking great after a while. Well, I don't think a lot of people understand how bad.
Were you,
I
so
really
like
was.
when I asked
I
you
mean,
like,
some people probably noticed, but I mean, I was fucking bad.
are you well, like, so did you like sober off like drinking or like weed or like?
Oh, no. So this is what happened. I eventually I got a bunch of mental issues anyway, and I basically tried to commit suicide and did not do a very good job of that. It was a miserable failure. And at that point, I was like, I should probably clean up and get into a hospital. So I checked myself into Valley Hospital.
It takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, and I luckily I had good insurance at the time and a good job, and I did it on the actual 7th year anniversary of me working at the job I was at, and it was immediately after the last time the Addicts played here. It was at that Addicts show. It was immediately after that.
Oh, at the Marquee?
Yeah, so I immediately, basically after that show, and here's the thing, like leads up to this, by the way. Like I said, I don't think people really realize how bad I was, or they did and didn't really say something. I know Chris did, and I just blew him off. But I mean, I weighed like 100 and fucking how much did I weigh when I got in there? It was 107 pounds.
Holy shit!
And I was 107 pounds. And and the thing is, like leading up to that, like every time I would go to sleep, I was drinking like a fifth or so, plus like a 12-pack of beer a day, and doing and just probably going through like a ball of cocaine every day or so. I was just out of control.
Off the
right?
rail.
Well, yeah, I mean, I go into there and like when I was going to sleep at night, dude, it sucks. If anyone has ever dealt with any kind of addiction or problems like this, they'll totally understand this. As soon as I would stop doing drugs or alcohol, I would immediately go through withdrawals, and it's fucking miserable, dude, because you can't sleep because you literally go to sleep and you wake up and pulls a sweat out for 15 minutes because your body's just like this, and you have to wake up and drink a little bit just so you could sleep for 10 minutes. So it was pretty bad. So I go in the hospital for 5 days and I come out. And I felt great. After the first 2 days sucked, dude. It was so funny because they check on you and you're sleeping there, and they have to check your vitals every 4 hours, and they give you sleeping pills, which is nice. So I go to sleep the second night, and I was so relaxed, I guess, that they couldn't get a pulse on me.
Holy shit!
I was fine, and the guy woke me up, and he's because the nurse came and he's like, I can't get a pulse on him, and then the guy came and woke me up, and he's like, no, dude, he's just resting. And then he looked at my vitals. He's like, you need to drink more water. And I was like, all right, dude, I'll drink more water. Because I was just drinking. Okay, and this is the other fucking shitty thing about being in any of those like rehab facilities or any kind of these things. They don't give you real coffee.
Is it like decaf?
It's fucking decaf, okay? So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, why am I so fucking tired, man? I drank like 8 cups of coffee today. And I found out, oh, it's decaf. And I was like, well, fuck that, dude. So when you go down for lunch and breakfast in the cafeteria, that's the main cafeteria, that's the only place that there's real coffee.
Oh.
All right, here's the thing. You're not allowed to take any cups or food or anything from the cafeteria up to like the area up there, anywhere you're staying. Even though they give you food and drinks and all that shit anyway up there. You're just not allowed to take anything, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So a bunch of us devised a plan
To steal coffee?
to steal coffee.
Damn.
And then after that, I was great. I was like, man, I can actually sit through this bullshit. Like, dude, they treat you like you're fucking in kindergarten when in these fucking facilities. They really do. Like, it's literally like you get arts and crafts time, and then you have to talk about your feelings and how this, that, and they teach you how to breathe, and they like literally talk to you like you're a child.
Did it help?
I don't think the therapy sessions helped.
But just not like.
It was just not drinking and just getting clean and just like doing that for a while. Now, here's the thing. I probably would have stayed clean and sober probably for a lot longer than I did if I hadn't lost my job during the pandemic, because I was sitting there at home and I was like, I'm already kind of like, I'm on antidepressants that are like, they're not really, I mean, they just make your dick not work properly, really. Well, I mean, your dick works fine. You just can't have an orgasm. It just sucks. But
It's not the first time I've heard that.
yeah, so I'm going through all that, and so I'm sitting at home, and like then I get let go from my job for no reason other than like the pandemic happened. They had to cut payroll, and I was been there for 7 years, so I was making quite a bit of money from them, and that was it. So at the day I got let go, I was like, well, fuck, dude. I'm already not doing anything. I'm going to like AA meetings and like NA meetings, and now I can't go to the AA meeting I want to go to, which is my meditation one, which I really liked a lot at the Pigeon Coop. That one it's a great meeting. If anyone ever gets sober.
What was different about it?
Well, so it's a meditation meeting. So you get in there and it's the same thing. Like, hey, we're alcoholics, blah, blah, blah. But then you sit there and you meditate for 20 minutes in dark, a bunch of other people. You talk about like your what you felt, how you dealing with that. And it helps to focus you and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you had to, I mean, maybe like.
So once I lost all those, I stopped. I started drinking again.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have anything to do, man. I'm sitting at home. Like, what the fuck am I going to do now? I can't go to meetings. I can't. Fuck this.
Is there any advice that you would give anybody? I mean,
people trying to be sober or just trying to clean up?
I guess like because you were feeling some kind of way, I guess. And like if you were to give any advice that you like went, because that's a big journey that you talk about,
Yeah.
that's a fucking huge step in life and making those decisions. And I'm not saying you're the best person to get advice from, but
I'm the worst person to get advice.
But
like,
is there anything that like really helped you that you're like, fuck, maybe more people just need this?
You have to know that you're at a point where like you are past doing things by yourself, and that's really the most thing is like with anyone that's addicted to anything, you're not going to go looking for help. You're not going to do it. You're not going to say, hey, I need help. You're kind of showing that through your actions, but you're not going to ask for it. Once you get to the point where you know you are fucked up and you have an issue, that's when you're usually like, there's a good time for like family members to get that. So if you're ever with somebody and they're just like, oh, I'm doing all this and doing all that, or they were an addict or anything like that, and they start actually saying, oh, I'm fucked up and past this and like I really shouldn't be, that's when you need to actually step in. Anytime before that, like just because someone's out of control and they're in the denial phase, the fact they're not, you're never going to get through to them. You have to hit the bottom. If you don't, you're never going to get back up.
What did the bottom look like for you?
Well, I had a belt around my neck trying to kill myself. That's pretty
Shit.
fucking bottom.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, I mean, Summer fucking saved me, so that was nice. Well, she didn't really save me. She was there to help me out and get me to the hospital too. So I thank her a lot for that. Her and Tyler and Joey were really there for me from that time. So I was good. But yeah, no, I wouldn't suggest getting to a point I knew I was hurting and I kind of was, just acting out. But it came to the point where like you had to get to like what is this going to be the end or not? Am I going to just drink myself to death? Am I just going to OD? Am I going to do this? I mean, I have fucking like, what is it? I fucking just in case you get fentanyl based fucking drugs. What is it? The fucking
like a tester or something?
no, the fucking the stuff that brings you out of it. What is it called? Fucking
Narcan.
Narcan. Thank you.
What is that?
Oh,
know what
Narcan.
Narcan is?
Yeah, Narcan is if you have an overdose because of fentanyl or really any kind of opiate based drug.
You bring that up? I want to look at that.
Yeah, so my mom gets these stuff she used to be prescribed opiates because she's disabled and she has been for a long time. So painkillers they were required to give her like a 2-pack of like Narcan like every 6 months or something like that because she was on morphine and Percocet and stuff like that.
What does that say, Justin? Read that out for me.
It's a nasal spray.
Yeah, Narcan's a nasal spray. Fuck me. Narcan nasal spray is the first nasal formulation of, I can't pronounce that word.
Naloxone.
Naloxone.
Yeah.
Naloxone? Sure, let's go with that. To be FDA approved for the treatment known or suspected opioid overdose, designed for use in the community. Narcan nasal spray is a needle-free and ready to use. Please use blah 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 bullshit.
Yeah, so
We don't
you get a
fucking
thing
know
of
how
it,
to do it.
and so I always bring these with me when I
Does it like level you out from whatever effects? Of, like,
No, it takes you out of it. Like, so if you were having an overdose, like, because you got like say you got like a fentanyl, or you're having an opiate overdose from, even if you're doing heroin, right? If this, you get this while you're having that overdose, and you're passed out or something like that within a certain amount of time, it just counteracts the effects of the drug
holy shit.
completely. So there's a package of two. You put one in one nostril, one in the other, and it just automatically. It's just kind of like adrenaline, like when they would just stab into your heart. You don't have to do that.
How available is that to people?
So you can actually make your own Narcan kits. It's because it's over the counter stuff. You can actually make it with, but you can get them probably from any of the drug counseling places I know. They will just give them to you for free.
Really?
Yeah, they don't cost anything.
That's incredible. I've never heard of that. That just
I have
seems
like a bunch of
wild to
packages
me.
of them. Well, I always bring them like with party, even if like parties are just like friends and shit like that, because like a bunch of my friends like to do cocaine, and you never know if that's going to be mixed with shit. I know people's friends that died because of that, that are close to us nonetheless. So I always bring that shit anyway. But yeah, I mean, there's I think Evan and Amanda and like the couple of the Humphreys, like they had a. I want to say this like a couple years ago, they had a party where they had made Narcan kits. Which is good. Everyone should do that anyway. Even if you're just casually doing drugs, there's nothing wrong with partying, but you should be safe about it.
See, but this is fucking outrageous about it as far as like being safe. It says that you can buy Narcan from CVS for $95 fucking dollars.
You could, yeah.
Ooh.
Like, that's outrageous. If
That is
we're
really
trying to
expensive.
stop people from overdosing and shit like that, we should probably drop the price on that or make it free.
Of course,
Nah,
just
I
like
would agree with
insulin.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that should be like that.
Yeah,
but that's
so if you, that's the thing I was saying. Like my mom was on opiates. So if you know anyone that has like any kind of opiate prescription, like Percocet, any of that stuff, they are required to actually give them like a package of Narcan just in case they overdose, which is fucked up, right? You shouldn't be giving somebody. You should be giving people drugs where they could accidentally kill themselves with, or purposely for that matter.
No, I last oh man. Played the Hammies. I guess it was 2 years ago now. I think I played the Hammies 2 years ago now. It was my first Hammies.
I like the subject.
And it was fucked up. It's actually not really like a subject change, to be honest, because like I was really stoked for the Hammies for sure.
Oh yeah, I know where you're going with it.
And my cousin passed away, fucking really close family friend
Yeah.
who was like my cousin. Like I was at his funeral, like from a fentanyl overdose, like right before I came there. So I got super fucked up and put on a terrible show. But it's just wild,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's when you hear that shit is available. I mean, it sucks to hear that it's for $95.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that
If
like
you go to like a clinic and like that's for drug and rehab and stuff like that, they won't charge you $95 for it. And specifically, it's because if you're gonna go buy it at CVS over the counter just to have,
Yeah.
because you can just get it over the counter. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna charge you whatever they're gonna charge you. But if you have insurance and you're like a homeless person, they all have. That's the funniest thing is like most homeless people and all these like drug addicts who live in the street, they have insurance. They get access. That they actually use it too, because they end up in these facilities. Like when I was in the facility I went into, like everybody in there, like almost all of them were just homeless guys that just did meth all the time.
dude, it's great. The homeless situation is fucking pretty wild right now.
Oh, and Tempe specifically it's getting kind of rough.
Parts of Phoenix and shit like that. It's wild. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know what the fucking answer is, but like it's. I have a buddy who fucking is out there like fighting that good fight. Hey, could you bring up Cloud Covered Streets, dude? So this dude fucking I know him. He started with a company that makes T-shirts, and what he does is he goes and visits kids. Either with like a mental illness or a life-threatening disease, has them draw, puts it on a fucking shirt, and proceeds go like one of every other way or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
So it did so well that he started like another company called Cloud Covered Streets, where he fucking helps the homeless. He gets all sorts of shit. Can you go to their Facebook, and I want to show them the van, dude. They made this fucking trailer that's got like 3 showers, a washer, dryer, so they can do all their
that's fucking
clothes.
cool.
And like he set up in like the Yucca tap room parking lot a couple times, I think. He goes everywhere. He's the nicest dude. Couldn't be like a way. There needs to be more people like him. It's for sure.
I was flying back from my business trip, which was the first time I've ever done that in my life. It's kind of cool. I came from Miami. I was flying back from Miami Beach. I'll tell you more about that in a second.
For sure. We'll talk about that off camera.
So I'm flying back, and I was reading this story, and this guy, he's a hairdresser. He just fucking cuts hair, and he decided that he would go out to all these places where homelessness was really big, and he gives them a beard trim, haircut, and everything, and then takes them to knock everything around here. He takes them to like Goodwill and gets some clothes, and then helps them out and all this stuff. And like I was reading the story, this guy's like, "Why are you helping me?" He's like, he got like kind of like defensive, like, "Why are you doing all this?" And he's like, I just want to. I do this for people, and like he's like, "Well, why are you doing this for me though?" He's like, this. So basically, this guy's just never been helped before, and that's where you get like when all these people do this stuff is that the homeless people that you're reaching out to, like no one's helping them, and so they don't know how to react to actually being like a help. They think you're like trying to do something, like you're gonna trick them. And like, you know, it'd be the same thing. Like if anyone, even if you weren't homeless, like if you never had any help in your life, and all of a sudden someone like starts, you'd be really wary and probably kind of keep everything close.
It's fucking scary, man. It's hot as shit outside, and like.
So I mean, I know there's water drives. Everyone, I know you see this. Tyler King used to do one.
Look at this. Look at this right here. So this, dude, I just got to fucking shout out Robert Thornton. His name is Robert. He's got a Yucca Tap Room fucking sticker on there.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. But if you go, I think if you go to his,
Can you get me a Discover card? Because they keep turning me down.
I don't know, man. But dude, back out of that. See if you can. If you're on his, go to his Facebook if you can. If you just go to log onto the Facebook for Paper Clouds or Cloud Covered Streets.
There wasn't much for that. What you're looking for on his.
Oh, really?
Facebook. Yeah.
On his Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, I have concept pictures of what it would look like, but not like an actual.
Anyways, he's got this. Bring up one of the concept because it's very
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty close to this. It's not too far, but he's got like 2 washers, 2 dryers. The thing is wrapped awesomely. Yeah, you've seen it before, right? Can you go to the Instagram? It might even just be under his personal, but shout out to fucking Robert Thornton for fighting that good
That's
fight.
super cool.
Dude, it's super dope. And not only that, so like he goes and hands out these care packages.
Can he bring that to like a Crust Punk show out in Krusty Palms?
I'm sure he, dude, what a fun place that place is.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
yeah.
you crusty fuckers are crusty. I mean, I am too, so it's fine, you know.
But dude, he goes to like schools with autism as well, and he has them make care packages for homeless, like socks, shoes, underwear, toiletries, and things like that. And they all write a letter of encouragement to put in the bag. And he has mentally disabled adults working in his warehouse and stuff to make a living wage and stuff.
So that's super cool.
It's nuts, man. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if we're ever gonna fix it, especially with how many people are moving here right now. Like it's not unexpected if things start to go real south here, but it's good to know that someone's trying. You know, like someone's got to fucking try, because all we do is just put them in like. We put them in the back end of Phoenix. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. Like, just we eventually skirt them there, and they're just all camped out there, slowly just dying. It's insane, dude.
You're a sports guy.
Yes, I am. A little bit. You're definitely a little deeper than I am.
Maybe a little bit. But you ever watch Pat McAfee show?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. You need to. Guy's absolutely there. He was the punter for the Indianapolis Colts.
You ever heard this, Justin?
Absolutely.
Pat, yeah, see. Absolutely. He does a show every single day.
He's also
Monday
a comedian. He tours around and does shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he does a show every single day. It's a live podcast from noon till like 3 or 4 our time. It starts at No, it starts at 9 our time, noon Eastern. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, so he has all he's ex-football player and he's got all. AJ Hawk is like one of his like people that is always there. So if you know anything about him, Aaron Rodgers is a regular on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he had Marshawn Lynch on, right? In the same vein that you're going here. And Marshawn Lynch owns a restaurant.
What, really?
Yeah,
what does it sell? Skittles? Like, the fuck?
but yeah, he owns like some like home like food restaurant, some comfort food restaurant. And he came in and it's like, he knew like there were some homeless people around, right? And so he comes in and opens up the shop and he walks down the front door and he smells like, he's like, what the hell? He's like, there's a human shit next to his door, right? Oh. Okay, right next to the thing. And so he's like
Do
spraying.
you know where the restaurant was at?
I don't know where he lives right now.
Okay. Go on.
I'm not sure where his Marshawn
Yeah,
Lynch is.
yeah.
I'm sure Justin can find it.
Yeah, Justin, figure out where Marshawn Lynch lives.
So he's telling the story. He's like, he's on his restaurant. He's always out there spraying down the shit. He's like, I can't have some ass as you walk in. You can't smell like ass walking into my restaurant. I was like, I feel you, man. And so he sees like the homeless guys that live around there, and he was like, hey, dude, did you do this? And like the guy denied it at first, and then eventually was like, yeah, it was me. And he's like, dude, he's like, tell you what, man. He's like, you need to use the bathroom? I'll give you a broom. You can sweep it up, sweep some stuff up real quick, and I'll let you use the restroom anytime you want, man. He's like, you can't just do that. He's like, that's not cool. So now the guy works there. Now that homeless dude,
That's what's
now
up,
works
dude.
at his restaurant. And I just saw that story the other day, him telling that, and I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
So it seems like it's not too far outside of Oakland.
Yeah, I
That's-
figured
that's
it's
where
got to
it's
be
from.
probably
Figured.
around there.
But
yeah.
it's Rob Ben's restaurant.
Is it? Can you pull it up? What is that?
I got a news article. It's whatever restaurant it is. But
Turn up the volume of that news article. I want to hear that. Is that it?
yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and turn the volume on that.
Yeah, look, he's doing food drives for the homeless.
You might have to unmute the whole computer. My
Yeah,
bad.
you're right.
I have questions though, for sure. You got little bikers there and stuff?
I wonder how many passes get thrown during that food drive.
How many? Oh, we just like throwing. Like, wait.
It's from the Super Bowl.
Co-owned by former
deep
Raider
cut.
Marshawn Lynch held a holiday meal drive for people who are homeless. The staff at Rob Ben's restaurant in Emeryville handed out chicken lunches with sides of green beans,
Man, that looks good.
macaroni
Dude,
and
that looks
cheese
bomb.
yesterday. Lynch bought the restaurant with his aunt 2 years ago. The restaurant is partnered with the World Central Kitchen to hand out 1,100 meals a week during the pandemic.
Wow. During the pandemic.
Marshawn has always been a giving person. Ever since he was younger, this has been his goal to make sure that he provides
There's a lot
for
of
the
these
community
football
that he
players
grew
that
up
do
in.
I'm sure. Is that
The
there's
business is a
yours right there? Is
family
that him?
affair with two of Lynch's aunts running the
Yeah,
soul
that's
food
Dan.
restaurant.
that's
They
just-
keep a collection
Yeah,
jar
Marshawn
on
in the back
people
eating
put
Skittles
in
and
money
shit.
to help feed others.
You got little biker crews
facing some
fucking
tough
running shit
times.
too. That's dope, man. That's good. That's fucking sick.
Right? I mean, you can find that. You see that stuff all the time. Like,
Yeah.
the NFL does a really good job of that when they like doing all that community outreach stuff. I'm sure all the other sports do a great job too, but I only follow the NFL really. So
Yeah.
I'm sure like LeBron probably gives like billions of dollars.
Do you
to
ever wonder
fucking
what the
whoever.
soccer community does? Because like that's like the biggest
I don't think
sport
they
in the
do
world.
fucking anything.
Like
They complain a lot.
What was that?
So they complain a lot.
Yeah, I was just saying I don't think they fucking do anything. Do
Like
they?
I just don't
they pay,
know.
They pay players that are like 18 years old until they get to their prime in soccer, which is like what 26, right?
Dude.
And that's the end of their career. They pay them like hundreds of millions of dollars for that span, and then most of them like overdose on drugs and die.
Really?
I think what was Ronaldo was one of those guys
Oh,
that was
one
real.
guy.
One of them was like real famous, and I was like, it didn't surprise me. He's been famous since he was playing in the league and in the World Cup since he was 16.
I was over at Cosmic Soup and Jeremy was having the session. This dude that was part of the session, I think he was doing guitar tracks. I can't remember his name. Really cool guy, but he's some professor at a school. I think in Prescott. He was down here recording. But anyways, he's from the UK. And I asked him, because we were just kind of bullshitting conversation. And I was like, what's the homeless like in like the UK? He's like, worse than it is here. I was like,
Oh, I imagine,
Get the fuck out of here. He's like, London is like filled with homeless or dehomed. I don't know what the fuck the proper
Yeah,
term
they
is
don't
down.
call them homeless, right? They
Yeah.
call them dehomed.
Yeah, I think so. It's terrible. Whatever it
doesn't
is.
matter what it
Yeah,
is.
it doesn't matter. It's all terrible. But that also blew my mind too.
Well, you've been to
don't think
LA,
about
right?
That. Yeah.
Okay. It's the first time I went up that far, right? I was I saw like I drove through West Hollywood, so it's not like where the Rainbow is and all that stuff. We hung out there and like I saw like some like homeless people and shit like that. It wasn't until I got to Riverside, the nice suburban community part of LA County or Orange County, I think, or whatever it is, and I go to this restaurant and like there's a freeway underpass. I did, and then I literally looked over and I was like, holy fucking shit, dude! There was an entire community.
It's crazy.
It was hundreds of tents.
insane.
And it was we're talking like a quarter-mile stretch of this stuff. And then it went, as I was getting on the freeway, I could see how far it went. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like,
insane.
That's crazy.
I was in San Francisco about a year ago this time or so. Maybe more, maybe 2 years ago.
Outside of San Francisco, the parks are just lined, right? I've seen videos.
It's
of
wild, man. I mean, it's already such a cramped spot, Like they build on top of each other and everything's right next to each other. Like, where do these people go?
The good thing is that supposedly that the rent prices have gone down because of the pandemic there. So
Well, also everyone's moving out of there.
Yeah,
Like,
get the fuck out.
everyone's fucking leaving. They don't like those taxes.
yeah, because a lot of people live in Oakland. It's cheaper. If you have to work in San Francisco, right? You just take the train in.
Yeah.
I have a buddy of mine lives up there in San Francisco. I've always wanted to go. I told him I was just going to drive up because when I got let go from my job, I got they didn't just fire me and I got nothing, right? So I got collect unemployment for a while, but they gave me a severance and everything, and like I got a good chunk of change, and I was like, well, fuck, dude, I don't have anything to do. So I thought about just getting in my car and driving up the Pacific Coast Highway, just go all the way up to Canada, but they wouldn't let me in anyway. Because they won't let you go into Canada because the pandemic was just starting.
That's right. Yeah,
I can get all the way up there and see if I can maybe get in. But I was like, no, man, I got friends in Portland and Seattle. I'll just drive up and take that, see if that. And I never did it. I really should have. I wish I had, because it would have been better spending my money than just sitting at home eating food and playing video games.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh, so the coolest thing that like right when everything happened, they didn't know if they were to do curbside pickup for food or delivery or whatever the fuck was going on, right? So right there in Tempe, they had those fucking robots that drove themselves from the restaurants. You ever see those things?
Get the fuck out of here. What?
Yeah, so we had robots that literally I could order from anywhere. It was like about a mile, and I could order it, and then it would literally drive on the sidewalk.
Shut the fuck
It would
up.
stop if cars and all this. It was fucking
Justin,
wild.
please enlighten me.
What the fuck was that thing
Get
called? I can't
outta
remember what the
here.
name of it. But these guys at ASU, I think, are the ones that actually invented it. What the hell was it called?
Good idea for how fucking hot it is.
I think it was called
that it?
Starship Delivery. Yeah, that's it.
What
Yep.
the fuck is that?
Yep, that's it. So that thing will drive up to your house, and you
Get the fuck out of
and
here,
so
dude.
when you order on the app, right? So you order on the app, and it when it gets up there, it's like, did your thing is it arrived? And then you have to actually swipe a thing on your phone in order to open it, so it unlocks. And you pull out your food.
What?
Pull out your food. You put it down. You say like, I got my food, and it just turns around and goes back.
Dude, shut the
Fucking
fuck
cool
up.
as hell. I saw it. There was a ton of them all of a sudden, and all these people were freaking out, and it was fucking up traffic because they kept seeing these.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was so funny. But yeah, they did the pilot program at Tempe when all this stuff happened. They're not there anymore.
Is there any reading on this, Justin? Can you see if there's any reading on that? I have so many questions of stepping into
They're
the future.
still on ASU's campus, I believe. They might not be doing it right now because there's nobody on campus, but
You're muted right now. Sorry, bud. You're muted.
something.
Oh, man. I wonder what happened in there.
He's missing out.
Yeah, he's missing out. He can't fucking hear us. I have questions. I wonder what happened.
Yeah, so I saw that thing and I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I gotta figure it out.
what?
So I think it's called Starship Delivery. I think that's what it's called, if I remember correctly. They only have the app in my phone anymore because they stopped doing it there. But I saw that, and my buddy, my roommate, and his friend were like, yeah, you see those things out there? And it was like, yeah, we found out they're
Sorry about that. Got a phone call.
It's a food delivery service.
Oh, you're good. What can you read that to us though? Like you said you found some reading on it.
No, let me find it. Like I said, I was on the phone, but I'll find something for you.
Oh, it must have been Kevin.
Kevin
It
must
is.
be here.
Yeah, Kevin must fucking be pulling up
No,
here.
he's gonna have to wait.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fucking wait for sure. Dude, that's wild though. That looks like, I mean, crazy to
It's
fucking
super
hear.
cool.
Like, it's very cool. It's very fucking cool. And I don't want to. It's weird, right? So, I'm about it, but could you train a delivery driver to fly drones now or whatever? You know what I mean? We
Well, so there is a drawback to this thing, right? So it has sensors on it, I figured out what the problem was with it too. That's why I was like, why my food taking so long to deliver? Okay, so it has sensors on the front, and it does stop. It knows the path for like all the driveways, so it stops to like make sure that it's not a car coming, and then it goes.
Right.
So it doesn't know the difference between like a bicycle rider or a pedestrian just walking toward it.
Oh.
So I saw this because I was like, "Where's the fuck is my food?" Right, and and there's like people walking down the street or down the sidewalk, and it
Oh, so
literally
it
would
just kept
it would
stopping.
stop until they passed, instead of just like just keeping going.
Gotcha.
So there's the downfall. I mean, they may have fixed that by now. I don't know, but that was really dumb because like one time I like ordered something, and I was like, "Man, it's been an hour and a half, man. It's been 20 minutes."
Dude, I can't even like. I'm sorry, I'm still like fathoming it right now. I can't believe that a little robot like that's shit we talk about. You know what I mean?
Well, the cool thing is that it was from like Fate Brewery, like it's right there on Southern and College.
Oh, okay.
The brewery that's right there. They did it and like, dude, like I love their pizzas and like they have a bunch of like good fucking food there.
Shout out. What is it?
Fate Brewery in Tempe.
Okay.
And so like they love their food. They're fucking awesome. They have great beer too. And it was close by, and I was like, oh sweet, I can't go inside. I don't want to drive over there. So I could just sitting there playing fucking World of Warcraft, and like this, and I get a little text just saying your droid has arrived, and I'm like, oh, run downstairs,
Dude, you're a big WoW guy. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so I used to play back in the day, and the only reason I'm playing it now is because they re-released the original version of it. So they did like the classic, so they just re-released the original WoW. I didn't get to do some stuff because I got banned for stupidity on Blizzard's part, not mine. Because you're actually allowed to do what I was doing now, hilariously enough. So I did that, and then like I got to do the day the new expansion came out a couple months ago.
I didn't know you were a gamer.
So
I mean, I knew you like played. I remember when I was hanging out a lot and stuff.
I played a lot of first-person shooters, but I didn't really have a computer at the time. I don't like playing first-person shooters on like an Xbox.
Yeah.
Although I did actually play. I played Black Ops 3 a lot. I played it a lot. That I mean, I got rid of that, and I was pretty good with the controller. But
I have to get your Discord. I mean, you sent me a little setup back there.
Yeah.
I fucking like to game too.
Yeah, because you play Warzone a lot, right?
You know what? I used to fucking play Warzone, but like, this is what made me upset.
Yeah, I played Blackout. I just fucking loved it,
Dude, yeah, I love.
especially when they changed like the XP system. It was much
I
nicer.
really loved playing Warzone, and it was really fun at first, and then like they just cut back so much on like, I mean, I don't know why they never put in anti-cheat software, you know? And I was like, why not?
You know,
where's the, like, you guys are Blizzard Entertainment. You guys have the money.
You know,
You're
you
biggest
would
franchise
think-
of all time.
You'd think that any game at this point like did figure out a way to like not have cheat shit happen. Like, how do you cheat with like a console though? That's what I want to know.
I'm sure it's
I'm
possible.
sure there's a way to do it.
I'm sure there's a way to do it.
I'm sure there is. I never really looked into it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I played fucking first-person shooters for so long. That eventually, like that's like back in the day, that's where I transitioned to was like playing MMOs because they first come out, right? You know, like Dark Age of Camelot. Like
We played a
like-
fuck ton of Divinity
like,
2. A fuck ton of Divinity 2.
I played the first one.
The second one's a
lot.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have to re-download it. It's just a big game.
Yeah, I played that first one a lot, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't have like a solid 3-person group to like really do all this cool stuff with.
Right.
And then they started changing the ways that you can get all the cool stuff.
Kevin, I understand that you're here. Sit down. You're making me nervous.
Oh wait, that is Kevin. I thought that was.
What's up, Kevin?
I thought that was Tom Segura over there.
You know, Tom Segura's lost some weight. That actually could be Kevin.
That is the most badass fucking beard I've ever seen.
Yeah, right? Everyone will
fucking
be able to
epic.
tune in next week for Kevin's beard.
It is pretty epic.
But
I want to play with it.
but fucking Blizzard, like, I don't know why there was nothing there for that game. And I don't know if it's just because they made so much money. They're like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, dude, they fucked up a lot of things recently. It kind of and it reminds me of all the things that they used to fuck up back in the day.
Yeah.
because like they released like they delayed their Shadowlands, which is like their retail. I don't play that shit. I have no fucking idea what any of that retail bullshit is. And like I looked at an interface of it once, and I was like, "There's fucking a million things going on here. I'm too old for this." Like a 12-year-old probably could figure it out real in a heartbeat, but not me. But so I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay. And so they fucked up like the Shadowlands release because they kind of like delayed it so that they could do the TBC because they wanted people to go back to the old classic thing and have their fun with that. And then they released the Shadowlands thing, and then like they fucked up the patch. And like it was just garbage, so everyone went back to the so a bunch of people quit and just started to do this, and then they like put out the new stuff. So anytime they put out something new in retail, wow, it always affects the classic experience that they have going on too. So they're splitting themselves between two fan bases, but a lot of the fan base in retail is still doing that because a lot of those guys never got to actually play the original game. They're all super young, right? And the game's been around 17 years now.
Holy shit,
I was
that's
20
insane.
when the game came out. Like I was a full grown adult.
That's
Like,
insane.
and now like 12-year-olds play like this shit, So like people never got to experience what the game originally was.
Right.
Which is hilarious because now like all the people that have done like, oh, it's shit, we can figure out whatever the best item is for every single slot and do max amount of damage, right? So they're min maxing, and then like so it makes everything super easy. So like when they re-released it, I think it was like somebody got to 60 in like a couple of days, and then the whole guild did that, and then they had done all of the quests in like Molten Core within like a week and a half, and it usually would have taken like several months back in the day.
Is there any new games that you're looking forward to? Because this is the thing. The only new game that I'm
I
looking
hear good
forward
things
to.
about Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, it's a fun game.
I haven't spent the money to buy it yet. It was only $40 though, right?
absolutely challenging. It's
A bunch of my guild members and my RAL play it. And I
dude.
kinda
If
wanna
you
know.
start playing, let me know because I'll hop back in there with you. I play with.
I just don't know if my computers can run it.
Okay,
I don't know how good the graphics are.
We'll talk about that
Like
later.
if I can run Overwatch, will it work?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, then I'm
Yeah.
probably fine.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's I think you should be just fine.
Is it just me or like games have like literally like I used to have to upgrade my computer in order to do stuff, and now it seems like I've had a decent computer for a while.
I think-
now like it doesn't seem like
I
new
think
games
there's,
are really testing the limits of the technology.
Well, I think there's a plateau for
I
sure.
can't play Cold War. Like that, my computer cannot run that shit at all.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I can. It's just not good.
okay. Well, I think it's about variation, right? So like, okay, yes, this game runs at this like resolution, but you can dumb it down to your settings and it'll work fine. You know, does
Well,
that
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense?
No, I know, I
Like, I
understand
guess
that,
how durable your game is, right? And how much it can adapt to other people's setups. So I think that's why Fortnite did so well.
Yeah, because it's just basic. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing really to it, right? It's like Apex Legends, right? Same
Yeah,
thing. Like,
exactly.
super basic game.
Yeah, fun ass games
That's
too.
super
Fun
fun.
ass games, fast paced, like easy to.
See, I didn't like Apex Legends as much because it seemed like there's too much involved, like with getting everything. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like all those Blackout games and like the
Yeah.
you still have to do all that, but with Apex Legends, it seems like you really had to get like specific things
easiest
in order to actually do well.
easiest loot system ever though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like that was like a huge thing. Like the looting system was super easy, and I think I understand what you're saying. Like, oh, you need to get these.
Yeah, if you don't get like this specific thing for the character you happen to be playing and their skill set, like you're probably not going to do as well.
I mean, they balanced it out a little bit later.
Did they?
as it,
I haven't
started
played in a while.
Well, they started releasing like new guns and different attachments and shit like that. And once they did that, it really balanced the game out. But there in the early years, if you're running a fucking Gibraltar, like you got to tank it out and fucking
Yeah.
run that way, and lots of explosives and shit. So
Yeah, I think
You get kind of pigeonholed.
I think maybe, but I think it makes you play differently as well. Like I think it forces you to play differently, right? So, like maybe you like to play Wraith and are very close, like SMGs, like fucking, portal in and out, but you've got fucking, like a scout. But like now they've made the scout better and things like
I
that.
think it really comes down to like the teamwork on your 3-man team. Really.
Absolutely.
Like, right?
Huge.
Whereas like if you're playing like in Warzone and Blackout and Black Ops and Blackout and like doing all that, it really kind of came down more to individual skill. Like, you didn't really need your teammates to a certain
You could
extent.
clutch a lot of shit, yeah.
You
for
could easily
sure.
clutch a lot
Yeah.
of stuff, right? The one I liked a lot in Black Ops, when Blackout, when they changed it, or when they did the large battles, like the 2020s,
That was pretty cool.
and like it was like basically infinite respawns until a certain point.
Yeah.
That one was super fun. I had a
Dude.
blast doing those.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because then I'm like, okay, well now I can just kind of do whatever.
Right, yeah,
right?
get
It's
like
just target practice.
It was definitely wild. Like it was almost like the Civil War. Like, here's the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you make it past the line, like, props on you, go for it. You know what I mean? But
Dude, half the time,
Very tough.
half the time you're getting shot out of the fucking sky.
It's a good way to like
Parachuting in,
upgrade
right?
weapons. Like it's good to like kind of abuse.
Oh yeah, it was great to do that. My favorite thing is I did duos with my buddy, and like we just split screen it.
Nice.
And it was the whole reason I got like the Xbox fucking One X, and then like got a 4K TV because I was like, nah, because we were doing it on my old one, and like, dude, it was so tough. Like,
Yeah.
like you couldn't see as much, and the graphics and everything was so slow. But yeah, I upgraded my TV and my Xbox just so we could play together.
Dude.
But remember when that was a fucking normal thing though?
Yeah,
Like I remember like playing Halo 2 on a fucking like 30-inch fucking TV that still had a box on the back. Like,
Oh, yeah,
weighed,
tube TV.
30-inch TV that weighed 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, my monitor that was like 17 inches or 19. I had a 19-inch tube monitor, and it weighed 80 fucking pounds, dude. And I would carry that thing to LANs back in the day.
dude, LAN Halo 2's like party it the fuck up. Where boys were men, you know. But I don't know, man. I'm really, really looking forward to the new Battlefield, though. I'm a big Battlefield guy, so the new Battlefield.
What are they at in Battlefield 3 now? Is that like ever since they redid it? Because it was Battlefield 1, right?
No, because the last one that they released.
The last one they released was Battlefield 5.
No.
Oh my!
But it was-
no. Oh, you're talking about like the original franchise.
Oh, so, I guess.
Because they relaunched it with Battlefield 1, and then like the 1920,
World War One.
one, right?
Yeah,
Well,
so they.
I mean, they didn't relaunch it. They just kicked it back. But no, they have Battlefield 6 and then Battlefield 2042 is the new one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm really excited for that one. That one.
What's Battlefield 6? Is that like based on like?
Wait, what is Battlefield 6? Because the last one I remember coming out was
See,
Battlefield 5
I
for the
played
World War
a
II.
Half-Life add-on that was like fucking pirates.
Oh
Vikings.
no, that one's coming out this year too.
It was pirates versus knights versus Vikings.
I guess we're getting Battlefield 6 and Battlefield 2042.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it seems like they're different. So Battlefield 2042 is the future one. This one looks
Yeah.
like it's more modern, like kind of kicking back to like how Battlefield 4 was and shit.
That's how it should be. That was the announcement at E3 this year. I saw it.
Yeah.
The
Well,
trailer was awesome.
2042 was fucking futuristic.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Look this up because I think the Battlefield 2042 might be the free one that's going to be multiplayer for
Oh,
everybody,
okay,
and the
yeah.
Battlefield 6 per se
That's
might be
probably
just
correct.
the campaign. But look
How-
into that. I didn't know about that.
How disappointing was Cyberpunk?
I didn't play. Dude, everyone else got it, and
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean,
I'm glad I didn't
Apparently,
get
they
it.
fixed the bugs, and it might actually be better to play now. But
I'm really glad I didn't buy it. I'm not gonna lie.
I had to do it.
Pretty stoked.
I had a good time with it. It was fun. I mean, I played Cyberpunk in the fucking RPG, like the tabletop like game. So
Okay, so for what I'm saying, 2042 Hard Zone or Hazard Zone.
that's
So
probably the
it's like
free one.
Warzone and shit like
Yeah.
that. From what it seems.
Yep, there it is.
I heard Zone. That means it's free.
Dude, man, games are. I mean, how much longer can consoles keep up until they're just PCs?
I mean, they are. They have been ever since the PlayStation 2, right? The PlayStation 2 you could launch a fucking nuclear missile with, legitimately. Like it had enough firepower to actually do that. Hilariously enough, I believe that was actually like a news story back when I was like 18 or something.
I mean, honestly, at this point, like, I don't really think that it's a matter. Like, the console wars and all this shit nowadays just doesn't make sense. At this point, it just comes down to exclusives that you like, and that's the only reason
True.
why
The
everything's
new,
just
the
still
new,
around
the new
and
Halo
Sony's
2,
around.
or
And that's
Halo 2.
and that's the
New
thing is
Halo.
like the console wars is like when Microsoft and all them like were so close to making everything really cross compatible, even like the exclusives, like they weren't going to be exclusives anymore. Like I think it was actually Sony that backed out of it and not Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't give a fuck.
Sony
Yeah.
Sony was the one that pulled the plug on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Microsoft doesn't care.
That's why it took so
Yeah,
long for
Microsoft
it to
don't
get
give a
cross-platform
fuck,
for Warzone and shit.
They probably. I bet you Microsoft loses money on Xbox. Does not care. No, they probably gain money because of subscriptions.
That's what. And like a lot of those games are just you can play on both now. You can't play together necessarily. So a few of them, but that's a huge market. You have a huge market of fucking games there, right?
Right.
That are now available on multiple platforms, and especially when PUBG was introduced to Xbox, it wasn't the greatest when it first came out, but it
fucking
was
hated that game.
It was huge though. It was huge. I loved it, because it was like the first like PC game that I could play on my Xbox, and then here I am with two of them. Like I can't blame them for doing these things. I don't know if I'm making sense on that.
What was the? There was a undead like zombie version of like PUBG.
Was it really?
I think it was just called Zombie.
Oh,
Right?
no. It was DayZ.
No, not DayZ. No. That's a good game, but
Zombie was the game where it was like story driven, but every time you died, you came
You
back
had to
as
start
another
over, right?
character. Yeah, you
Yeah.
start over as another
Oh.
character.
Kinda like,
and had to go
uh,
kill your zombie self to get your shit back.
yeah. And then there was and then like
Whoa.
what was the one that was similar to
Okay.
that? That was
I don't know. Hold on.
yeah. That's kind of like what I like. That one was fine. I'm really excited about the new fucking Left 4 Dead game though. That's not called Left 4 Dead.
Dude, do you know what I fucking love playing?
What is
with-
that fucking thing called? I just saw a fucking thing, and me and her were watching it, and she's like, "I can't wait to fucking play this thing."
Oh, it's the better Left 4 Dead.
the better Left 4
I know
Dead.
what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
It's made by the same guys.
Yeah, dude, it's how Left 4 Dead should have been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what is that called? It's coming out soon. It's coming out real soon. I
man.
just watched a.
No, I
video
saw.
on it.
I think it was on E3 too. No, it looks fantastic.
It was before that. Like, there might have been some more updates from E3. I'm really excited.
I think
for that,
there were.
though.
That's just. I know
Like,
exactly.
but there was like
what
I
you're
saw
talking
that,
about.
and she was like, "Oh, that looks like Left 4 Dead." I'm like, "It's because it is."
I'm fuck. What was I gonna say? I mean, one game that's held up, and I cannot believe that it still holds up because I've been playing with my homies and having a fucking blast. Is playing fucking Grand Theft Auto. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto on my PC.
5.
Yeah,
So I saw the expansion thing. It looked kind of cool.
dude, it's
Back
so
for
much.
Blood.
Back for Blood. Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Back for Blood. Right.
But
Yeah.
dude, Grand Theft Auto is crazy fucking fun. There's like they've added so much shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like me and the homeboys are doing heists on fucking casinos, like trying to buy property. Like,
See,
I could not believe just how many different and like every
that sounds super cool. I still have it. Like I got the digital copy,
dude,
so I still own all this.
and
shit.
every week they make like a different game mode, like triple, like 4 times the money or
Double
something.
RP, double money.
Yeah, they
I
make
still
it
spend way too much
and
time
it's
in that
so
fucking
fun.
game.
Like all of a sudden
See-
we'll be playing all these different game modes.
See,
and
if I
it
had
just
known
holds
that,
up.
like I knew people that actually played this game, I probably would have not played World of Warcraft. But now I'm so fucking wrapped up into this.
too late.
I have
You're
to
down.
raid twice a week.
yeah, you raid on Sundays right now, right? And
Sunday afternoon, Sunday at 5. In fact, actually, hilariously enough, I think we're actually gonna not do Sundays anymore because we're doing the first raid so fast. We're just gonna do it all in one day. Hopefully,
you playing fantasy this year?
if I can get into a league.
Yeah.
You're talking about fantasy football, right?
Of course, I'm talking about fantasy football.
I mean, you could. I don't know if I trust you.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You didn't know about Marshawn Lynch cleaning up some homeless dude's poop?
I know he likes Skittles. He wasn't in that whole video.
Did you notice there were no passes? They did not pass the food. They ran it over to him.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't know why he didn't do
Russell
more.
Wilson's worst call in the history of his career.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Like,
Not Russell Wilson's call.
It was, yeah. No, Pete Carroll took it in the press conference, but later on, like Russell Wilson admitted that he was the one who changed the call in the huddle.
oh my God, I would have shot him in the face.
I still love like when they did the league.
Not
and
really.
They did the league, and he's like, "Hey, just like toss me a beer." He's like, "I can just run it over to him."
Dude, Marshawn Lynch beast. Like, that was such a prime for Marshawn Lynch, and he didn't do anything on the Raiders, man.
Second and goal on the one
Why didn't he do anything on the
with
Raiders?
3 timeouts. I'm sorry, right? Second and goal on the one with 3 timeouts. We might as well just throw it.
Why didn't he do anything on the Raiders either, bro? Like, it's just.
Oh, dude, no. So here's the thing. He got into some stuff, and like he got like he didn't want to play because he was trying to prove that like when he was out there, he was actually the best running back in the league. And hilariously enough, when he got out there, he was still the best running back in the league. He just didn't do a whole lot.
You
Because
have
I think
to remember what the offensive line looked like for the Raiders.
yeah,
back
he
then.
didn't
Like,
he
it
didn't
was
want to get
trash.
hurt at the end of his career. So he was like, I'm not fucking.
He had
playing
restaurants
today.
to run, bub.
Yeah. So he didn't. If you notice that
True.
he didn't play against like a top defense with a good pass
Yeah.
rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a good run stop game, he wouldn't do it. He'd let fucking who was it? What is it? Who was the other?
Is that when Darren McFadden was still
Darren
there?
McFadden. Yeah, Darren McFadden was the and so he made Darren McFadden run, and then Darren McFadden got a really big contract from the Cowboys, and the Devs like fucking nothing.
Yeah, no, it
Dude,
was horrible.
our fucking who I can't remember.
Frank Gore is
What
still
about Josh
playing
Jacobs, homie? What about
running
Josh
back.
Jacobs? Like, can we just talk about Josh Jacobs for sure from the Raiders? He's a beast, bro. And dude,
Yeah.
like him and who's our fucking tight end that Darren Waller. Darren Waller is a fucking beast. Bro.
When I watched like the fucking the Hard Knocks, right? And like they said like Darren Waller is like he had problems with like drugs and all this stuff. Didn't
Did
take
he
anything.
really?
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
so
dude.
party with Darren Waller.
Oh, so yeah, he got clean, and all of a sudden, like the guy's like 6'30", you know, and like he's like one of those same guys like all the tight ends are now, right? Like they're all of the tight ends. They would have been basketball players.
God damn.
And they just decided to play this because if you are a big ass
He's
tight end,
beefy too, man.
Yeah, he's a
like
big dude.
he's beefy, bro.
Yeah,
and he's
his claws to
man.
like kind of Gronk.
He broke
size.
400 yards in like his rookie year or something like that. It was insane.
Well, dude, it was so funny because you know, I'm a huge Packers fan, and Robert Tonyan and was who is it? Kerry Kittles. They were roommates in college.
Get
Played
the
on the
fuck
same
out.
team, right? And everyone like just wrote off Robert Tonyan, and I was like, I mean, I think Robert Tonyan's better than Kerry Kittles, man. Like Kerry Kittles got hurt. He ain't done shit, right?
Oh, bro, dude, it's been really good to see.
Don't
you.
ask me if I think Aaron Rodgers is going to play for the team or not, because I'll tell you yes.
You think so? He was talking about going somewhere else. He said he wanted to go to the Raiders, didn't he?
It's, okay, so
Or the 49ers?
So here's something I can tell you. There's always some kind of weird off-season drama with the Packers. And you want to know why? It's because the Packers are a small market team and they don't play the media game and like playing that like doing stuff out in public. Never have. So all the players and all this stuff you're hearing, I'm gonna just guarantee you this, like it's probably mostly bullshit. Do I think Aaron Rodgers is unhappy with Tom Brady going down there and just giving the keys to the castle and all this stuff to people? Like he's trying to like put himself at that level. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, bud, you might be jumping the gun on this.
Oh,
It looks like Aaron Rodgers might have just announced his retirement.
get the fuck out! Like today?
It says 2 hours ago posted.
Oh, did he actually do that?
Well, it's a video conference, 11 minutes long. But everything says that everybody's bracing for fucking impact on his
Oh,
retirement.
no, see, that's another rumor. That's the other thing, rumor that came out yesterday because I think he's
We'll follow
is
up
he gonna
on
show
this.
up? So I mean, so him and Devontae Adams both posted the Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen at the playoffs during their last season from The Last Dance. They both posted the same picture. So I'm willing to bet that Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers are going to do one more year together because it's The Last Dance.
Okay.
They got a good team. It'd be stupid to walk away. And even if you trade it, you can't, like, so the way the NFL works, right? You cannot trade a big players like this right before training camp, man. You're not going to be able to get in the system, and, like, it's just going to be a failure, like, on all sides. So if they didn't trade him or cut him or he didn't retire and all that stuff before now, it doesn't make any sense. You might as well come back for
Are we
one more
getting
year.
preseason? We're getting preseason, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah,
couple games.
fucking
No
the
preseason
fifth,
last year, so-
Dallas
Yeah,
and the Steelers play.
September 5th, right?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Or is it August 5th?
So I would just say, like, Devontae Adams, I do not think is gonna re-sign. They'll probably franchise tag him next year
Such a crazy.
because he wants $25 million a year, dude. He's 29. Don't get me wrong, is Devontae Adams one of the best wide receivers? Oh, if not the best
Fuck,
wide
I'm
receiver in the
29.
NFL. Absolutely, but you gotta look at it like, why would you give somebody top dollar when they're at the end of their prime?
Yeah, it's a crazy game, man.
Right.
Because then you have a Randy Moss situation on your hands where
Exactly.
he wants more money and nobody wants to give it to him. He goes to the Patriots and has a blowout year, then gets out.
Yeah.
That's why you throw money at people that are worth it.
Yeah. Now, do I think that, like, they should throw like a 5, 6, 7 year contract at Devontae Adams at $25 million a year? That seems like a terrible business move.
Oh no, he's going to be fucking haggard by the time that's done.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that whether like what he said is like, Don, we're not
Can't
gonna
take that
talk
many
about it."
concussions either, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
You can't be doing that.
Randall Cobb took a couple.
Dude, it's been really good to fucking talk to you. Fucking cheers,
Absolutely,
buddy.
dude.
Where can we find you on the links for social media?
At Creepy Don on Instagram, at Creepy Don on Twitter.
And then
And,
we might be wasted on
We might be wasted on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah.
and Spotify.
And Spotify. Yeah, you can listen to us there. Oh, and all the other fucking major platforms like what is it? Geezer and Deezer, right? Geezer. Yeah, it's Geezer.
Heard Deezer.
Deezer. Yeah. Well, if you fucking if you release through DistroKid, you get like 20 different platforms: Apple Music, Google Play,
All sorts of shit.
Spotify, and Deezer, and a couple others.
We'll put
Deezer's the big European one. Deezer's like I think it's the European Spotify.
Ooh, we're gonna have to look into that for sure. Note to self.
It's something like that.
Well, dude, I fucking love you, man.
Yeah,
It's been
absolutely.
good
man.
to see you, brother.
Great conversation.
Dude, absolutely. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for tuning into this episode of The Rundown with Silva. My name is Tyler Silva. This is Creepy Down over here. And we'll see you guys in the next episode or somewhere else or at a show. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, the rundown with Silva, rundown. for the run, the rundown.